4 things you need to know with stories from across the state. Local 4's 4 things you need to know.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome into Local 4's 4 things you need to know to start off your day today. My name is Ian Mason. We have a lot of long headlines to get to today, so let's go ahead, jump into it for today, which is September 23rd. The federal government's deadline was Monday for Secretary of State Bob Evnen to turn over unredacted voter records, which include information like partial Social Security numbers and driver's license numbers. The public information officer for the Secretary of State says that a lawsuit has been filed to prevent the disclosure of information to the Department of Justice, and confirming that the office has not sent over any information yet. The lawsuit was filed by Common Cause Nebraska, an organization who says they advocate for good government and think elections should be handled by the states and their officials, adding that they don't believe it's the DOJ's place to ask for this information. Common Cause Nebraska also said that most of the information the federal government is requesting is already publicly available, and giving this sensitive information over to the DOJ could lead to data breaches. The DOJ has also said that it wants this information to help keep a more accurate voter registration list, as well as keep out any voter fraud. The specific department of the DOJ asking for this, by the way, Civil Rights Division. The Secretary of State's office has also said that they're working with Attorney General Mike Hilgers on how to respond to this request, as well as the following lawsuits. A report released by State Auditor Mike Foley is alleging fraud by the executive director of a small state agency, the Abstractors Board of Examiners. Foley accuses the director of padding his work hours to, quote, erroneously the tune of more than $20,000. Take a look.
There was one stretch there where he claimed he worked 140 days, 7 days a week, continuously, without a break, 8 hours a day. That's just ridiculous. He was not doing that. His computer log shows that he was not working those hours.
Foley adding, quote, this guy reminds me of the legendary Bigfoot, as there are rumors of his existence, but few verifiable on-the-job sightings. The Abstractors Board is a small state agency which monitors the proper filing of titles on real estate sales. Foley's office recently audited them after receiving a tip. That's where they discovered that the board's part-time executive director also worked another job in Omaha, was allegedly lying about his hours, and gained all that unearned compensation. Foley says there are also allegations of misusing company money and receiving unemployment benefits while he was still working. The full report notes that the director was responsible for performing all his own payroll procedures for himself, and the report reads, quote, the director recorded working nearly 24 hours straight for Alberio Energy from 9 a.m. on the 5th until 8:28 a.m. on the 6th, while also recording that he managed to work 10 hours for the board. It also said that, quote, after examining the credit card statements and other relevant documentation provided by Alberio Energy, the Auditor of Public Accountants determined that $26,742.51 of the $89,915.99 in charges that the director made with the company credit card appeared to have been from his own personal benefit. Receipts show the purchase of M&M's vanilla ice cream cookie sandwiches and sparkling white wine from Walmart, as well as sports tickets and plane rides. Auditor Foley added that the credit card funds were company funds and not state funds. And finally, the report said that the director, quote, had filed for unemployment benefits through the Nebraska Department of Labor on June 2nd, 2025, the same day he was terminated from his employment with Alberio Energy, even though he was still actively employed by the state. We have reached out to the executive director for a statement, but have not yet received a response. We're going to continue following this controversy closely. Senator Pete Ricketts officially announced his run for re-election, and while Election Day is still 14 months away, Ricketts and his opponent, Independent Dan Osborne, are already beginning to trade the back and forth in the comments. Check it out.
We learned about fake Dan Osborne is he's a fake. Again, he tries to say he's going to fight for Nebraskans, but 95% of his money came from outside the state, places like New York and Washington, D.C.
Actually, if you want to talk about fake, how about buying your way into the Senate with your dad's money? So I'd say he's a fake senator.
Osborne ran against current Senator Deb Fischer in last year's general election, losing by just over 60,000 votes. Ricketts was appointed to his position in 2023 by Governor Jim Pillen after former Senator Ben Sasse left to become the president of the University of Florida. Ricketts was then elected to his seat in November 2024, defeating Preston Love Jr. by over 200,000 votes. And let's go ahead and get a check of our forecast for this morning. Today, we're going to be seeing some rain throughout the day, maybe a possible thunder shower this afternoon, but this rain not expected to be too heavy, not expected to be severe, but it is going to stick around throughout most of the day, keeping us cool. Temperatures max around 69 today, so it should be pretty nice outside. I'm not too concerned with that. Temperatures going to be cool, warming up tomorrow. They're cool today, warm tomorrow, 77. Then we're back into the low to mid 80s by the end of the week. So definitely Mother Nature kind of understanding it's fall, but really kind of fighting it, because we're going to be seeing those warmer temperatures. 82 Thursday, Friday, Saturday 80, Sunday 83, Monday 82. Most of those days pretty clear outside. Biggest chance for precipitation is today. We're really not going to be expecting too much as far as rain goes over the next couple of weeks. Really, today is the last chance for some good rain. After that, temperatures warming up and it should be relatively dry outside. That is going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching Local 4's 4 Things You Need to Know to Start Off Your Day today. Again, September 23rd. My name is Ian Mason. Have a great one.